dominant country in one championship. Big right hands early from Pacatiw.
Good pressure coming from Pacatiw right out the gate. Chen needs to start mixing things up. Utilize that jab, start to get comfortable. He usually get warmed up until usually about that 3-minute mark.
Overhand right, trying to double up there, Pacatiw. Very vocal in Chen corner. Pacatiw is favouring that right hand thus far, just giving Chen something to think about. Inside leg kick from Pacatiw, gets out of the way of the counter right hand. Don't forget, folks, our main event coming up later tonight is going to be an absolute rip snorter. Trajan Jai versus Sammy for the strawweight world Muay Thai title. Takedown here, attempt from Pacatiw. Gets him down nicely. Goes to side control.
That was beautiful. Got his nice and deep on that double leg, locked the hands, took Chen for the ride. This is what I was talking about, that new breed of Team Lakai. Jeremy Pacatiw is very diverse in his attacks. He likes to push forward. He's good on the feet, but he's really good on the ground as well. He immediately takes the back of Chen, locks in that figure 4, and starts to apply a little bit of a squeeze, hunt for that rear naked choke.
They call him the Juggernaut. He's been the Juggernaut so far on debut here. Rolling forward, continued aggression. Triangle around the body will make it hard for Chen to fill his lungs. The Ghost having to carry a Filipino backpack at the moment. Curling hands here from Pacatiw. Side of the head. Trying to squeeze a choke on now, Pacatiw. Can he find a finish on Chen
I think he's a little bit high on that choke. He's kind of just creating pressure around the chin. Chen was able to defend.
Softens him up a little more. Double punch.
I like how Jeremy's punching with his left hand and he's threatening the choke with the right. Chen was wise to it and he was still defending. Jeremy's looking for that rear naked choke.
Figure 4 around the body again from Pacatiw. Wants to take a choke and his first ever appearance at one championship.
You can see Chen doing the right thing by getting his body weight to the foot side of the body triangle, so some of that pressure is relieved. But man, these Team Lakai cats, they're leveling up in their submission attempts. Look at this grappling we're seeing from Jeremy.
They will be on the edge of their seats in Baguio City right now in the Philippines, licking their lips in anticipation of Pacatiw getting a finish on Chen in the first round. He mounts him.
Good defense from Chen. You can see that once he got that pressure to that foot side, he was able to turn into it and relieve some of that pressure and then work his way back up to his feet.
The Ghost in the stand-up again now. What can he throw? What can he land on Pacatiw?
I like Pacatiw's lateral movement. He moves really well left to right. He doesn't just stand in one position. Especially because he knows that, Chen has that massive right hand.
Fake there from Chen. Pacatiw on the outside. Chen tries to cut off the movement. Uppercut or hook. Either connected, the right hand did. Down the tube from Pacatiw. Flicking back fist there. On the balls of his feet, Pacatiw.
30 seconds left in the first round.
Drifts off counterclockwise. Flips a nice jab. Hooking punch off the lead hand there from Chen. Nice jab again from Pacatiw to the overhand right. That seems to be the money shot he's looking for, Pacatiw, the overhand right. Once again, jab out of southpaw, back to orthodox now. Round kick, end of the first. Big hello to all of our fans watching right around the world and staying active on social media. A big shout out to Bill Poley watching in Yangon, Myanmar.
Good first round for Jeremy. He was there to sink in that double leg. He approached, he got very aggressive on it, locked his hands, took Chen down, and then this was the most significant chunk of that first 5 minutes. The guy was able to get the back, do good work from the rear naked choke, show that ground control, and he also looks sharp on the feet. Chen is going to have to start moving a little bit more aggressively. I like to see him throwing that right hand, but he's got to put something else behind it or in front of it. Utilize the jab. He's also got a good left hook, but I'd like to see Chen mix in the takedown attempts and also the kicks.
Second round set for 3. We are scoring as an overall contest, not round by round. In the bantamweight division, Bibiano Fernandez, the current world champion. Hands of Stone John Lineker, ranked number 1. Kevin Ballignon, the teammate of Pacatiw, number 2, former champion. Yusuf Sadalayev from Bricio Andrade and Shoko Sato rounding out the top 5. Turning back kick there from Pacatiw. And another one, a little higher there. Trying to bring the heel to the temple of the ghost.
Yeah, Jeremy just looks like he's having fun out there. He seems really relaxed and composed. He's got a really deep amateur record, and he's got a lot of experience on the pro level, so he's definitely done his homework to showcase his best self on this platform.
Wild uppercut there from Pacatiw.
It was good takedown defense from Chen Rei. Chen Rei's got to get more active here. He's kind of getting hypnotized by Jeremy's movement, and he's standing still.
Right hand lead there from Chen Rei. No follow-up though. Pacatiw goes head hunting once more. That time it was a roundhouse off the back leg. Goes counterclockwise into the power side of Chen Rei, but Chen's not throwing enough to concern him. Catch and counter there from the Chinese athlete. Pacatiw switching stance, trying to confound the ghost a little. Round kick to the upper leg.
Man, that roundhouse kick of Pacatiw is reminiscent of Edward Foliang, the way he throws it. There's a lot of heat behind it.
Jab to overhand right from Pacatiw. Bread and butter combination.
Barely missed with it too.
Jab from Chen Rei.
Good.
If you're in the corner of the Ghost Dragon, what are you telling him to do?
Man, he's getting kind of just overcommitted to this right hand. It's the only thing he's really throwing. He's got to utilize a little bit more movement. He's got to get on his bike, move left to right, set that right hand up. Don't just keep throwing the right hand. Give Jeremy something else to think about. Throw the leg kicks. Start doing damage to the legs, because Jeremy's moving around so well right now.
Big uppercut again, almost took out the ring lights. Inside the guard now of Chen Rei.
Fence.
Chen Rei
Don't grab the fence, don't grab the fence.
walks the wall a little.
Jeremy tried to posture him down, but you see Chen Rei trying to wall walk into a possible sweep right there. But Jeremy can settle his hips, start working the body and the head now in the ground control. See if he can pass the guard now, if he's just comfortable just to sit here. In his past fights, we've seen a lot of Jeremy just kind of sitting in this position and doing a lot of good work on the ground and pound. Chen Rei shooting for a possible triangle there.
What is Chen Rei's best chance of finishing this Dragon?
It's got to be with that right hand, man. He's got a really dynamic right hand, but he's got to set it up a little bit better. You can see the way that Jeremy's moving, and he's able to get out of the way.
Back of the head.
But that's going to be his best shot. It's also he needs to mix up the weapons to set up that right hand, because now Jeremy's kind of got a beat on it. And now when he threw it, you could see that he entered into the takedown and was able to get him down successfully. You can see Jeremy's attempting an arm triangle, but he's got to get his body to the other side. And half guard is going to be really hard to finish that unless you just have a tremendous squeeze. But he is able to pass the half guard now, settle into side control. Now this is ground control. This is what the definition of ground control is. Advancing your position from one guard, right, guard or half, to another position that's more dominant. Good reversal there by Chen Rei.
Top position now for Chen Rei with 55 seconds remaining in the second round. What can he do with it? Push off there from Pacatiw. to create some space.
Jeremy's rolling for a heel. Let's see if he can attack the leg right here. Looks like he might be going for a knee bar. Good reversal by Chen Rei. Looks like Jeremy might be attempting a guillotine.
30 seconds left.
Pacatiw, who grew up playing basketball in high school, ran the 400 meters hurdle as well in his senior year. When he was young, this is funny, his favorite cartoon was called Ghost Fighter. And now he's fighting a guy called the Ghost.
See, Chen Rei's trying to push the knee, Pacatiw's left knee across so he can pass into a more dominant position, but Jeremy's got a good knee shield right there that's preventing him from doing that.
Top kick on the bell from Jeremy Pacatiw. Well, that's convincing stuff there from Pacatiw. 10 minutes down. Your thoughts so far, Dragon?
Yeah, the scrambles are back and forth. You know, Chen Rei's able to reverse some of the positions, but he's got to do more work. We're seeing that Jeremy has been able to land a couple of takedowns, a little bit of more striking superiority. He's landed some bigger shots. Chen Rei still landing that right hand, but Jeremy's just moving a little bit more, and we're not seeing the activity that we normally see out of Chen Rei. I would expect more of the same coming from Jeremy. He looks incredibly relaxed inside there in the corner listening to Mark.
Mitch, you've spent time at Team Lakai in Baguio City. What's the atmosphere like when, you know, for a guy like Pacatiw, who's now on the biggest stage of all, and he's training alongside your Falayangs and your Staquios and Balignons and Tashios and Benarios, and, you know, they're all world champions or former world champions.
Yeah, it's one of the greatest teams that I've ever had the privilege of being around. It's just, they're surrounded by so many high-level athletes, and they all have that same work ethic. They're all incredibly driven, they're incredibly humble people, and they're just incredibly motivated to be the best martial artists that they want, that they can. And we're really starting to see all of them kind of lift each other up, and we're seeing that in this new breed. You know, the Joshua Pachios, the Danny King ads, right there is Jeremy Pacatiw throws a low blow right there on Chen Rei.
And Mitch, you know, you talk about super gyms around the world, and not a lot of people mention, outside of the Philippines, of course, not a lot mention Team Lakai, but the amount of champions they've produced in a very short amount of time is outstanding. From a genius like Mark Sanjao, and of course encouraged by the senior brothers, as they call them, the guys like Falayang and Benario. What do you think is the secret to success in breeding so many world champions?
It's the hunger that they've got. They're all so driven and passionate about being the best martial artists that they can be, and we really see that. You know, like before, they kind of trained in very just low-grade facilities. Like the original, you know, Team Lakai was a run-down facility. Now they've got this beautiful gym with all the success that they've had. But look at that, looks good.
Here's that groin strike again that Chen Rei is receiving an injury time for. He has up to 5 minutes to recover. But once again, you know, you talk about some of the super coaches in the martial arts world, and very few people outside the Philippines bring out the name Mark Sanjao, but he's proven
people you surround yourself with. And Jeremy is surrounded by legit world champions. So many big names are at his gym that he gets to work with as training partners every single day. And that's why we're seeing this new breed develop so well and become so well-rounded.
And I think you made a good point before, Dragon, the humility of everyone at Team Lakai. You see these guys around the hotel and restaurants out and about, and they are the nicest bunch of men and women you will ever meet. All soft-spoken.
Okay, let's go.
No bravado, no braggadocio about them. They're all very humble, beautiful people to be around. As we recommence here. Jab to overhand right there from Chen Rei. Unsuccessful uppercut from Pacatiw.
Jeremy was trying to
tried
time
the uppercuts quite a number of times, Dragon, and that was the shortest uppercut he's done yet.
Yeah, he needs to throw those uppercuts. He needs to try to time that entry. But Jeremy's trying to time his takedown to Chen Rei's punches. So Chen Rei needs to throw more weapons up the middle, like the uppercut and maybe some knees too, just to discourage that shot.
The Chinese have really come along so strong in one championship over the last 18 months, 2 years. Leading the charge, of course, Zhong Jinan. She will defend her strawweight world title on September 3rd at 1 Empower. Plenty more action coming your way tonight. Of course, that main event later on is going to be a Muay Thai mega match. Driving takedown from Jeremy Pacatiw.
Good sprawl from Chen Rey as he's able to avoid that takedown. You can see Jeremy tried to chain himself into a better takedown, but good sprawl from Chen Rey.
Jab from the Ghost. Doesn't seem to be any lingering effects of the accidental groin strike earlier. Right hand jab, switches back to orthodox stance here, Chen Rey. Cagey, flicking the arms around. What's that trying to achieve there for Pacatiw, Mitch?
He's just got a little bit of, unorthodoxness to his striking style. I think he's just really relaxed out there, and he's very comfortable, and he's just sort of letting his style flow.
Styling and profiling, as they say.
He's feeling himself.
Pacatiw. Look at that little shuffle there. Popping out that lead hand. Rangefinder can't find the range, so resets, high kick. Just trying to come at Chen Rey from unorthodox angles that maybe the Ghost can't anticipate. The head movement, moving from the hips as well. Jeremy Pacatiw.
He's styling and profiling out there. He's definitely, feeling the confidence. He hasn't been hurt yet. There's only 2.5 minutes left or so, but I'd like to see him put the stamp down. Put his foot on the pedal and really start to go.
Man, you said put the stamp down and he's wearing Fairtex trunks.
Time!
Referee Olivia Cost calls time. He wants to see some more activity here. Exactly what Mitch just hinted at. And there's the right hand. Just tested the jaw of Chen Rey. Overhand, nicely done from the Ghost. Shoots in. Sprawl out though from Chen Rey. Good defense again from the Chinese athlete Dragon.
Yeah, that was a blind takedown though. He's really got to try to set that up. He did have some success in the first 10 minutes or so by setting up those takedowns, getting Chen Rey when he was moving backwards because of the punches. But if he's not going to do it now, he's just shooting these blind takedowns, it's going to be a lot harder because that's like the third one consecutively that Chen Rey has been able to read and successfully stop.
Mitch, when you've got a guy like Pacatiw who's moving like this, the hands are low, the torso and the head's moving a lot, he's, showboating a little bit here, playing mind games with Chen Rey. What does Chen Rey do? How do you stop that? How do you engage that?
Well, because of Chen Rey's attack is so punch heavy, he's having a hard time setting his feet and catching Pacatiw. What he should do is try to cut these angles off. As Jeremy's moving to his left, throw that leg kick. Stop his lateral movement. As he's going to the right, then he can throw that hook. Really try to disrupt that movement pattern of Jeremy Pacatiw. Because he's doing much better on the takedown defense here. And takedown defense does score. It's not as high as striking superiority or ground control that Jeremy showcased in the first 10, but takedown defense does score.
Those fans playing One Fantasy on the One Super app did tip 59% in favour of the win for Jeremy Pacatiw. 59% of them also said he would finish the Ghost tonight. Looks like it will go decision here. And who will get the nod? Will it be Pacatiw? Has he impressed you? Let us know on social media at One Championship. Or will the Ghost take the win back to China? Oh, a couple of nice punches right on the bell there from Chen Rey. And he pumps his fists in the air, Dragon.
Yeah, Chen Rey celebrated a little bit there. He had a much better final 5 minutes than he had in the first 10. Because I think Jeremy just kind of took his foot off the gas and really started to move. Here's a lot of that takedown defense showcased by Chen Rey. He was able to dig those underhooks and successfully sprawl heavy on the takedown attempts from Jeremy. Jeremy was moving around, trying to be unorthodox in his style, trying to be elusive, and he didn't take a lot of damage either from Jeremy's side. So it was, it's an interesting final 5, but definitely the better stuff happened in the first 5 minutes, I think, for Jeremy.
Our 3 judges circle side, scoring this as an overall contest, not round by round. So it will be scored as a 15-minute match. Just think of it as one big 15-minute round instead of 3 individual 5-minute rounds. That is how they are judging. Will it be Team Lakai? And Pacatiw, will it be the ghost, Chen? Let's go down to Dom Lau and find out.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of battle, we turn now to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges have called this contest in favor of your winner by unanimous decision from the blue corner, Jeremy Pacatiw.